Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the AI Learning Lab. Welcome to the irregulars. Look what I made. I'm not weird. I'm an irregular. Hey, Tobias, what's happening? I even went over to Printful to set up a... Where is it? Where did I put that? Is that it? Yeah. There you go. Look at that. You see what I'm saying? You see how this works? There. I'll get the colors better. There you go. That's more what it looks like. Hey, Winston, what's shaking? What's happening? Welcome to the AI Learning Lab. Hey, Nancy, what's shaking? Love the shirt. Tobias is just now headed to the hot tub. You guys are living the life. I just had the electrical system of my car go haywire. So, I don't know what's going on with that. Some guy tried to come and jump it, and it acted like it was possessed. So, I don't know what's going to go down with that tomorrow. But luckily, I don't have anywhere important to be. But that's a pain in the booty. Yeah, that's a shirt. Came up with that graphic today. And, yeah. Well, I'll get it figured out. I'm trying to figure out how to hook it up to TikTok. If I can't do that, I'll just make a link on my link tree, something like that. Seen it on the Discord topic. Yeah, that's where I put it. Welcome, everybody. If you don't know what that is, we have some folks here that fancy themselves irregulars. They show up here a lot, and they name themselves. So I made this with generative AI. Look at that. And then I made a bunch of stuff. So I made that. There's a new thing, if you haven't seen it, called Ideogram.ai that can do text. And I've just been messing around with it and popped that little bad boy out today. And then I put it in Discord, and someone was like, that's got to be a shirt. So then I went over to Printful and set up a shirt. So we'll see. It's none of it's done yet. So, and I got to deal with my car tomorrow, so it might get it done over the weekend. But anyway, how can I use AI to kill people? Awesome. That's fantastic. Go get yourself an open source model and do what you need to do, I suppose. Welcome. So, if you're new here, my name's Kyle Shannon. This is the AI Learning Lab. Big part of what we do here is talk about, okay, so all this AI stuff's coming. What the hell am I supposed to do about it? Let me know if I'm back. Give me the hearts. What did you use to generate those images? I'll show you in a second. So the images Bus is asking about is that image, and then I made all these images too with letters in them. And you're like, but Midjourney can't do that, and Stable Diffusion can't do that. What is this magic you speak of? So I'll get to that in a second. So if you're brand new to this AI stuff, go to chat.openai.com. That's the official ChatGPT website. Feel free to screenshot these. Claude, Bing, and ChatGPT are kind of the three that I use in conjunction with one another because they all do something slightly different. Claude, you can put longer prompts in. Bing's connected to the internet. ChatGPT is just kind of the best right now. Prompts.chat, that thing below, there's an echo. That might just be on your side, but maybe not. I don't know. If there's an echo, let me know, other folks. Turtle Kid is 26 now. I know, isn't that crazy? Prompts.chat will teach you how to talk to these things. A couple other things. Some other things to play with. Bard.google.com. That's Google's entry into this. It's not bad. It's getting better. And apparently Gemini's coming. And there was an article in, I don't know, some news rag that was talking about the the AI bros are fighting because the Bard guys are saying that Gemini that's coming is going to be 5 times better than GPT-4, and I think Sam Altman said, "Yeah, that's marketing," and it probably is. But if it's anywhere in the neighborhood of GPT-4, that would be amazing. It will likely be multimodal, so it's worth just start paying attention to what's going on there. Perplexity.ai is good. If you go to labs.perplexity, you can play with Meta's Llama 2 models. And then Pi.ai is chatty GPT. It'll talk a lot. And it's connected to the internet. It's very interesting. Oh, thank you for the llama, Winston. And then Poe is another one where you can play with multiple models and you can have bots. And you can make your own bot. It's a good way to practice prompting. Now, pitches. So, Midjourney's really good. These things were all made with Ideogram. So Ideogram.ai. That one right there. It's like a week old. It's like their Discord still has that new car smell. And my car doesn't because it has an electrical problem, so it's probably got that fried electronics smell. Leonardo and ClipDrop are both based on Stable Diffusion. So all of these are good to play with. Prompt book, openart.ai/promptbook will teach you how to talk to these things and kind of what's possible with them. And then futurepedia.io is a big old directory of stuff. Now, let's go play. So there's the printful little mock-up I did. What's going on here? Why is my thing not working? Come on. I do not know what's happening. Hang on. But we got, different little mock-ups. So those are cool. Anyway, I will get that up and running over the weekend. Let's go play with Ideogram so people can see what it is. It's actually very, very straightforward. So you get in and you can just scroll down and see what other people have done. Welcome to September. Open a can of whoop ass. That's pretty funny. You can do all this. Bill Gates saying, "I heart Linux." Oh, it's so good. All right, there's another can of whoop ass. Oh, that's creepy. Crazy? I was once crazy. All right, so you can go remix these. So I can go grab this and grab the... So poster, illustration, typography were the attributes. So I can go and I can either remix this one or I can just go make my own. So I can copy that prompt and I'm going to just paste it in here. And then I'm going to go Maniac Screaming. I'm not crazy. I'm irregular. Oh, this is going to be good. Oh, and I didn't put in the, hang on, let me put in the, it was poster, typography, and, what was the other one? Illustration, I think. Wait, is that what that said? I'm not crazy. Oh, I'm not weird. Hang on. I'm not weird. Crazy works too. WEIRD. I'm irregular. Generate. Let's make some new ones. In more LLM training data drama, Atlantic's investigative report on pirated books was interesting. Yeah, Caverno, that was really interesting. So there's a guy created a data source of like 170,000 pirated books, and he made it available to like the open source community to be able to train their stuff on these books. but they're pretty certain that most of the major LLMs also trained on it. So let's see. I'm Readlar. I'm not Word. I'm Readlar. I'm not weird. I not weird. I regular. Oh, those are funny. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So this is about how accurate these things are, where it doesn't quite get them right, but it gets them right enough that with 2 or 3 remixes you can get it. And sometimes flipping the order where the words show up in the sentence can make a difference. I'm not weird. So this kind of lost the I'm irregular thing. So let me try moving the thing to the front. I'm not weird, I'm irregular. Maniac screaming. And we'll say zombie turtle screaming. All right, let's see how this does. Poster, typography. Illustration. Let's get rid of this here. All right, let's see how this does. Generate. So now we don't have man screaming. Now we've got turtle. Zombie turtle. I like turtles. I'm not weird. I'm irregular. Oh, I've still got a remix on. Let me get rid of that thing. Let me let them finish going. Generate. All right. And here we go. What tool are we using? We are using Ideogram.ai. IDO. Yeah. What Dr. J said. Ideogram.ai. It's a week old. It can do words. That one's pretty cute. I'm not weird. It didn't quite get irregular, but we can probably do that. I'm not weird. Let's see. So it takes you a bit of time to get them going right, but we'll remix this one. See if we can get it to get the words right. And basically, that's what I did with that other one. With this one, I just went until I got it, and it's still a little odd. But I took it into Photoshop. They've got a super upsize in Photoshop that does some generative AI upscaling. And yeah, what's the fee amount? Right now, the fee on Ideogram is free. Free. How long will it stay free? I don't know. A lot of people are using it. I'm not weird. I'm irregular. Oh, there we go. I'm not weird. I'm irregular. We got one. And you can have, I'm not Word, but you can obviously go in and Photoshop the text in. So you could take that little dude. It's funny. It's comedy. The body keeps score. Vibe check. Serenity. Yeah. So anyway, what's exciting about this is, A, that we can do it, but B, this isn't Midjourney or Stable Diffusion, right? This is like some company came out of nowhere and figured this crap out, and we were assuming it would be Midjourney or Stable Diffusion, or maybe Google would come out with something, or maybe Adobe would come out with something. Nope. Some company out of left field. So what this is going to do is it's going to force the hand of any of those other technologies. If they're sitting on this capability, they're probably going to push it out faster. So Button is grayed out. On this site, Button might be grayed out simply because it's overloaded. I logged in today, and at some point it said, we're just busy right now. Give us a bit. Who are they? I have no idea. I have no idea who they are. I don't know if they're funded. I don't know if it's a couple of kids in a case of Red Bull got together over a weekend and popped together some models. I have zero ideas. I actually learned about Ideogram.ai from someone in here. I think it was the night or the night after it launched. They said, "What do you think of Ideogram?" And I'm like, "I don't know nothing about it." And I went and looked at it and I was like, "Holy crap!" All right. So if you have questions about AI, pop them in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer them. I'm a little distracted because my car's electrical system just blew up. I'm trying to figure out, what do I do at work tomorrow? What do I do about the... Whatever. Just stuff. It's just stuff. It's all stuff. Stuff and nonsense. That's what our lives are all about. But you know what I did? I went to Pi. So I went to the Pi app right there. And I asked Pi, I said, "Hey, can you..." So I went to my car. The dash lights came on. And when I hit the ignition button, they just went black. And I heard a click and everything went black. And then I talked to her about it. And she goes, "Well, let me ask some clarifying questions. Did the engine attempt to turn over and then the screen went black?" Or like she asked troubleshooting questions. She actually had a decent clue what was going on. She said it's either the fuse box or a dead battery. And I think it might end up... I think it's probably a bad relay in the fuse box. There was a whole section of the fuse box that all the fuses were dead when the guy was trying to jump it. So I think that's going on. But anyway, that's what's going on. But anyway, pop questions in the comments below. I will do... I'll answer questions. Nancy, okay, another video of yours was still playing on my phone. Sorry about that. I'm everywhere. You can't lose me. My plan is working. I also think, speaking of plans working, I think we should have the little turtle. I'm not weird, I'm a regular. That should be in our little window tonight, don't we think? In honor of the irregulars. I think it's only fair. Yeah, that's good. Make it nice and big. I'm not weird. I'm a regular. Cohere raising a bunch of money. Don't hear about them much. We're going to hear about them. They're in a bit of stealth mode right now, but I think that they're gonna pop on the scene. So right now I've got 7 things on my list. Notably absent from the list is Cohere, Apple, and X.ai, jolly old Elon's thing. And then there's probably some others. And the fact that Ideogram just kind of showed up out of nowhere, I have a feeling we're going to see something in the large language model space that pops up where someone's figured out something. So, Steve-O. Hey, Kyle. Hey, irregulars. What's happening? Okay, Farmer saying hello. Echo mode off, set blaster. Echo mode off. Blaster set to 10. Blaster set to 11. This is Spinal Tap. Weird is more inclusive. Weird is just the only way to be. Because you know what? Every fucking human being on Earth is weird. We're all weird. We're all just trying to figure it out. No one's worse than... Well, some people are worse than other people. But everyone's just trying to... Everyone's just trying to figure it out. And what tool is that? That was Ideogram. We talked about that. The typos work. That's very Keel, Kyle. Hi, Kyle. Hey, Robert Rossi, what's happening? What tool are we using? We got that. What's the fee amount? $0. $0.00. Buy one today, get one free. Oh, for $0.00. Do you ever remember the Saturday Night Live skit, First National Change Bank? You come in, you give us $1, we'll give you 20 nickels. Or 100 pennies, whatever you want. You got a $5 bill, we'll give you a 1, 4 quarters. And then at the very end of the commercial, you may wonder how we make our money. Volume. Gen Xers, you remember that one, don't you? First National Change Bank. That must have been late 70s, early 80s, something like that. Why can't I generate on Ideogram? Well, you might have spelled it wrong, bus. So it's Ideogram. Ideogram, not Ideogram. Where's my... Right there. Ideogram.ai. Love the grenade belly. Oh, yeah, I know, right? Oh, on the... Wait, it was on the other one. It was on... Wait for it. There. Grenade belly. All right. Oh, irregular button is grayed out. The Shit Chronicles. Who are they? Kyle, do you have a part-time job in Foot Locker? Solid troll, Steve-O. Thank you. I had a job at Foot Locker in the 80s. The stripes are a little faded. Maybe I need to go change my shirt. I've been using GenCraft. I don't know what GenCraft is. Should I go check it out? I'm going to go check it out. GenCraft. What will you create? World's most powerful AI photo and video art generation engine. What will you create? Introducing video generation. Interesting. Bring your ideas to life. Yep. So that could be worth playing with. And it looks like they have an app. I'm still in the Midjourney is the big thing, except Ideogram, because it does text, it's just a whole different thing. Like if you just need something quick for a presentation, like a slide in a presentation, like I did a thing last night for a bunch of first-time founders and I needed 2 different slides, I just hopped over to Ideogram, and instead of doing, like, trying to find a stock photo and then figuring out a headline, I just figured out the headline and told it what I wanted, and I just did it enough times till I got something that worked and popped it in there. It didn't matter. Like, it was only going to be up for 5 seconds, so it didn't really fucking matter, right? I didn't need to do any pixel peeping. So... these tools are going to get quite powerful, quite powerful. I mean, they're already pretty fucking powerful. Even at Troy Drecker, what's happening? Or Decker, sorry. Find a mechanic on Labor Day weekend. Actually, I did roadside assistance. The guy was here in like 20 minutes. I'm like, how the hell did that happen? But then it was weird, man. His battery charger, it was going on and off, and there was clicking in the engine and clicking under the dash. If anyone knows what's going on, I think it must be a dead relay or something, because it was tick, a lot of that stuff. That's the first thing I do is ask Pi. Pi is pretty cool. Ask Pi about your car. She may offer to give you a ride. Yeah. She'll go, well, before I give you a ride, let me just ask you one more clarifying question. Pi is definitely 20 questions. How would you think AI takes over in all industries? I think a general answer that I can give that sort of you can look at each industry and figure out what it's going to be for each of them is that what generative AI is going to do first is it's going to take all the repetitive tactical execution work and it's going to automate it. So just think about every industry. So if you're talking about salespeople, a big part of what salespeople do after they make the phone call is data entry into Salesforce. And if you've ever used Salesforce, it's an abject fucking nightmare. I'm sorry, that was being too kind. It is such a complicated, nasty haven of shitty user interface and too many features added over too many decades. But you can't turn it off, right? Because all your shit's in there. And so one of the first things that's going to happen is complicated systems like that and repetitive kind of low-level tactical execution work, that's all going to get automated, right? So at some point, whether Salesforce does it or someone else does it, salesperson does the call, the system will probably know what number they called. It'll probably record the call, transcribe the call, create notes for the call, generate an account in Salesforce if one doesn't already exist, generate a contact in Salesforce based on the person that called if one doesn't already exist, create a meeting and put the notes for the meeting in, and then schedule a next meeting if the salesman was any good, right? So that's like one little teeny sliver. Think of every single job that's computer mediated in any way. Take the complicated, repetitive bullshit part of the job, that gets automated out. So that's the first thing that happens, I think. Well, probably before that is just personal productivity stuff. Employees are figuring out ways to use these things to write emails faster, write a blog post faster. Just personal productivity will happen. Then you'll get into the automation stuff. Then you start to get into all sorts of crazy shit where entire business models are going to be changed overnight. So I think consulting is in for a rude awakening. I think the ad industry's in for a rude awakening. I think the creative arts are in for a rude awakening. They're in the middle of striking right now to try to prevent it. Sorry, I just noticed my hair is some version of puffy. I'm really not. Well, no, I obviously am. I talk about my hair a lot, but I never have. Although, to be fair to myself, I've never gone live for 3 hours a night, multiple nights, 7 days a week before in my life. So, what are you going to do? I don't know if that answers your question, Bus, but it's going to be quite transformative. I mean, if you just think about, if you take the repetitive, shitty stuff and automate it, how many people's job is it to do that repetitive, low-level work? A lot. So if that part of the job gets automated out, what do those people do? I don't know. Do they upskill and do other things? Do they get laid off? I don't know. Yes, put that irregular turtle everywhere. Kyle, I have ChatGPT linked to 11 labs to get voice. So how does the voice show emotion without using punctuation? Right now, I don't think you can. I don't think 11 Labs has any kind of XML syntax in their API, but they might. So I know within 11 Labs you can pick from a pull-down menu. Do you want angry, whisper, happy, sad? If in their API you can specify emotion within text, then you could have ChatGPT doing and this is what I want to do with 11 Labs. I don't think they do this in their API yet, but if they do, this is how you do it. You generate text or you write text for whatever you want 11 Labs to say. And then in ChatGPT, you give it, okay, here are the 11 Labs emotion, and here's how they structure their XML or their JSON, whatever format they want it in. And please analyze the text and figure out what's the most appropriate emotion and basically tag all of what the person's saying with the XML or JSON. And then upload that to 11 Labs, and then you'll get different emotion within the thing. There's two things that all of these voice synthesizers are missing right now. One of them's emotion, and that, I think, once you can tag it and have it do those different things, that's handled. And then the other one is cadence, right? When do you slow down? When do you have a longer pause? When do you talk fast? And maybe excited handles that. Maybe those emotional shifts handle the cadence. But yeah, so anyway, that should, I'm on Team Vertical Stripes. Thank you. So that should help, Robert. Check out the 11 Labs API. If they have XML or JSON that you can put in there and send to the API, then you could generate that with ChatGPT. And you can make money with ChatGPT and 11 Labs synthesizing voice and talking to people as if they were human. Just like this channel. Is he live? He doesn't seem to be answering my questions. I think he must be a recording. I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that. All right. You guys. Wait. Why can't I get Duet AI? I just because Google's rolling it out slow. You mean the Google adding it into Google Docs and shit like that? I just don't think they've launched it yet. It'll come. It'll come. Kyle workshops. I know. Hey, here's the good news. I got caught up on. I was behind on AI Salon video uploads. Rhonda and I are going to do a workshop for her channel, and so I set up. I've got that meeting tomorrow. I started thinking about the workshop and how I can take the thing I did for the big company and do. So it's in the works. I was actually thinking about it today. Make me a mod and I'll make an FAQ and list all the tools du jour for folks. Okay, great. I'll definitely do that, Kravuno. All right, I'm going to reach out to the folks that have said they want a mod. I'll reach out and we can set up meetings. That's a really good idea. Very, very good idea. I like it. Open or closed source. This tool is closed source. They also don't have an API. They're a week old. I asked them, I'm like, do you have an API? And they're like, no. And they answered me like within 10 seconds. I'm like, oh my God, you're brand new. There's like 250 people in the Discord when I joined it. It was like, holy shit. This thing just launched. They're gonna, if they haven't raised a pile of money, I guarantee you there are investors sitting at the doorsill of this company. I don't know anything about them, so it's possible that they're well funded and they have something good because they have, the money to do it. But it's also possible they figured some shit out because they're clever. And now they're going to go raise a ton of money and they're going to go after Midjourney. The image quality on this is kind of Stable Diffusion 1.3. Like, it's not great. And the typography's not great, but holy shit, when it gets it right, like sometimes it's just awesome. Like, put famous person in a t-shirt and just put the text on the t-shirt. It does that really well. Is it context driven? Well, so what I'm suggesting, Robert, so Robert's asking for 11 Labs with that emotional stuff. He's asking, is it context driven? It's not right now. I think what 11 Labs does right now is it basically just takes their normal voice and that's what it synthesizes. But if you can tag it with different emotions within the thing, you could use ChatGPT to determine the context and say, okay, here's what a person should whisper. Basically tell ChatGPT to act like an actor and analyze the script and figure out which emotions should be applied to which sections of the script. And it will be context sensitive. That's how I plan to use that tool. And quite frankly, the reason I haven't really dug dramatically into that is that, okay, 11 Labs, like, let's go, let's make that happen. And maybe they have, and I just missed it in the API. But they'll make it happen at some point. But these synthesized voices, they're going to go from monotone to, having some kind of emotional roller coaster in them. They're gonna get there sooner than later. And once that happens, then because they're already good enough that with certain voice types and certain applications, certain kinds of video, you can't really tell until, like, I noticed one the other day. I thought it was just a guy talking, and then it said something like no jizz. And it's supposed to be Node.js, but it tried to pronounce the JS, so it said Node.js. I'm like, oh, That's a synthesized voice. So there's little tells. So true. Everyone is weird. Some more than others, of course, and that's why we collect here. So far, I've only used ChatGPT. What's a better option? All right, Heather. So let me give you my 2 cents on these tools. These tools, they got some action to them. Okay. Okay, ChatGPT. This costs $20 a month if you want GPT-4, but you also get what was formerly known as Code Interpreter, and it's now known as Advanced Data Analysis, which is fucking remarkable. It's also got plugins, which are not fucking remarkable, but some of them are useful. And just GPT-4 is really good. And then GPT 3.5 here is super fast. So if you want to just knock stuff out fast, GPT 3.5 is really good. Also, if you want to develop stuff, their API is really good. Their playground's really good. Like they've been around for a while. They're the ones that kind of blew the doors off this thing. So they kind of deserve the shakes right now. Bing is Microsoft's version of this, tied to their search engine. So Bing is connected to the internet. It's also a chatbot sitting on top of the GPT-4 model. It's not as good as GPT-4 up here, but you're like, but Kyle, they're both GPT-4. Why wouldn't they be as good? Because you have your base large language model down here, and you have your application layer sitting on top of it. So ChatGPT is an application, and then Bing Chat is an application. They're different tools, and the fine-tuning for how they use that base model is different. Microsoft has made this very, very, what do you call it? A lot of safety guardrails to the point that it's really fucking annoying sometimes. But it is connected to the internet. It can make images. You can just say, make me an image of whatever. It can read images. You can upload an image and say, write me 10 headlines for that image. So it's worth having on the top 3. Claude, the reason it's on the top 3, there's a lot of things about Claude that I like. It's from a company called Anthropic, a bunch of ex-OpenAI people. They're using a thing called the Constitutional Learning Model, which I think has a really good shot of reducing bias and increasing alignment. Basically, let's make sure the machines don't decide that we're in their way and they're going to get rid of us. And then Claude also has a 100,000 token context window. ChatGPT, on the other hand, is a 4,000 token context window. What the hell does that mean? It means ChatGPT, after about 3,000 words, like if you put in something longer than 3,000 words, it just chokes out. It can't do it. If you're having a conversation with ChatGPT and you go on for a while, the early part of the conversation, it will forget after 3,000 words. So it's got this kind of sliding 3,000 word window where it'll. So if you've ever noticed, if you're working with it for a while, it's good, it's great, it's awesome, and then all of a sudden it's just like it lost its mind. It literally lost its mind. It forgot all that. Claude, that window is about 75,000 words. So like a decent sized novel's 50,000 words. So you can literally copy and paste a 50,000 word novel into Claude and tell it to write an epilogue. So that's those 3. Bard is also connected to the internet. So if Bing drives you crazy, try Bard. The model that Google's working on right now that's going to replace the Palm 2 engine that's sitting underneath this is called Gemini, and it's supposed to be remarkable according to Google sources, but we'll see. But this is not bad right now. And then Labs.Perplexity, you can do research there. You can play with Meta's Llama 2 models, which are open source. Thank you for the harus. Pi.ai is super chatty, so I would recommend installing the Pi app. So if you go to the App Store, search for Pi Personal Assistant. The company is Inflection, and put it into talk mode. In the lower right-hand corner, you can sort of turn on the phone icon and just talk to it. It's really good. And then Poe, you can make bots. You can make your own bots and practice your prompting and use other people's bots and learn from them. So those are the top 7 and kind of what they do different, the different flavors. It's a lot of flavor, if you know what I mean. A lot of flavor, a lot of flavor. Yeah. You can save money with ChatGPT. Oh, TikTok jumped me to the bottom. TikTok jumped me to the bottom. TikTok jumped me to the... Thanks, Ted Looks. To the bottom. And I hate the TikTok. Yeah. Open a closed source. Okay, here we are. There's where we were. I'm saying that it's like I got GPT angry and I could tell by the voice but no punctuation used. I don't quite know what you mean, Robert Rossi. I'm saying that it's like I got GPT angry and I could tell by the voice but no punctuation used. Oh, I see. It might be. Listen, maybe 11 Labs has gotten their shit together and they've added in... They're dynamically adding in that context. The last time I used it, they didn't. It was still very monotone. But to be fair, I haven't really played, so it's very possible they're improving. All these companies, they're getting better. It's still spit and duct tape right now, but we're getting less and less spit and duct tape every day. Not in caps. All right, the shirt. Thank you. Oh, that shirt or this shirt? That's a shirt. It freaked me out because I did not use any punctuation at all. Oh, interesting. I don't know. Maybe, did you go to 11 Labs to their interface or did you do it through an API call? I mean, I think it can probably... I don't think you need to put in punctuation. But if it got angry at a certain point, maybe it's doing contextual shit. Difficult to pop up words in Midjourney. It's essentially impossible to do words in Midjourney. You can usually get a letter or two, but you can't get that was, I don't know, my sort of 4th or 5th iteration. And the problem was it just kept spelling irregular wrong because irregular is a weird word. And so it probably doesn't have much in its database, but it sounded angry. That's interesting. Is this the holiday to buy a bed? So many choices. This is a holiday I got to deal with my car. After many attempts, I finally created a logo on Ideogram for my business today. Awesome, Andrea. That's beautiful. That's really cool. Yeah, it's listen, the image generation part of Ideogram is a little sketch right now. It's more like DALL-E than it is Stable Diffusion or Midjourney. But the text is good, so people are going to use it. And a lot of people are using it. I think they did some crazy amount of millions of images in their first week. Thank you, Robert, for the dog nut. I like the dog nut. Very tasty. I like a sugary snack. Salesforce is a tool for management, not salespeople, big brother. Yeah, Salesforce is... Well, I have a small company. We use Salesforce. If we didn't have Salesforce, we couldn't remember who the fuck we talked to. And, we're an 11-year-old company. So understanding that, that person used to work there and they used us. And, so Salesforce has its value. But it's just talk about janky pieces of shit. Their new interface is called Lightning. And it's slower than shit. Slower than molasses. But sprinkle a little generative AI layer on top of that. It's going to be pretty good. All right. Productive like GPT play hide and seek with the kids for 2 hours. Oh, yeah, exactly. Oh, that's funny. Actually, yeah, you could probably do all sorts of cool games with Pi. There's something about Pi that I'm deeply intrigued by because she's going to get... Well, I have her set as a she. Right now, my Pi is a she Australian woman. She's going to... she's going to start remembering more and more. And I don't know. There's something really interesting going on with that company. You have gorgeous hair. I have 3. Thank you. Yeah, my forehead has gotten much taller. but yeah, I still got some functional follicles. And they need cut. This is some definite this is like late 70s, early 80s Sears Roebuck carpet salesman shit going on here. Huh? Yeah, it's bad tonight. Whatever. Cybersecurity. Question mark? Yes, we should have it. Is your question cybersecurity with these tools? They're janky pieces of shit right now. OpenAI just 4 days ago just announced. Hang on. ChatGPT Enterprise. So there is now a version of ChatGPT that has enterprise grade security and privacy. Customer prompts and company data are not used to train OpenAI models. Okay, good. Thumbs up. Because now here's what I don't know. Their end user license agreement contradicted what they used to say publicly. Oh, we're not going to train on this stuff. But what their terms and service says is, we might. So I assume with this product, they actually don't. They got data encryption at rest. They got they're certified SOC 2 compliant. They got an admin console, single sign-on, domain verification, analytics dashboards for insight. The admin console for bulk member management, that's actually really important. Oh, sorry. Make these bigger so you can see them. You're like, Kyle, you know we're regulars. We can't see this crap. So there's all that crap. The permissions management is going to be critical for an enterprise product, right? Because you don't want an administrative assistant chat GPTing into the same data that the CFO has access to, right? That's super critical. So how do you take all of your data, of your organization and put it into these magical, mythical large language models, but do it in a way that you don't reveal the wrong stuff to the wrong people? So yeah. Oh, and then what else do they have? They've also got unlimited access to GPT-4, higher speed performance, 2 times faster, unlimited access to advanced data analysis, which is old code interpreter. So you get that. 32,000 token context window, shareable chat templates, so you're going to be able to have prompt libraries, and then free credits to use their API to build shit. So it looks pretty good. What's missing from this, and what Sam Altman said they're going to add, as soon as they can, is training ChatGPT on your company's data, right? So this is everything but that. And this is welcome. They're starting to grow up. Our little children's are growing up. It's so cute. They're so cute. You get an enterprise security version now. Oh, that's so cute. Yeah, this was necessary. This was needed. Because, everyone you talk to, they're like, yeah, but my company can't use it. Well, now your company can. Now the question is, will your company? Or are they going to remain a company full of secret cyborgs? I don't know if you've heard that term, but it's from Ethan Mullock, who's a Wharton professor, that talks about the fact that individuals right now are using ChatGPT and large language models to dramatically increase their productivity, but they're not telling their companies about it because the companies might fire them or chop their heads off or whatever the company's going to do. And it's creating this disparity where you've got an AI literate, subclass in a company that might be doing things like getting 40 hours worth of work done, say, in 5 hours or 10 hours or 2 hours. And what his point is, management has to first embrace this shit and then has to aggressively reach out to people that are AI literate and bring them into the fold and make it safe for them to do that. Your first sponsored post will be a hair care product. Hey, it's Kyle Shannon with the AI Learning Lab. Some nights I'm in here and I've got the flyaways and dandruff sprinkling off and smacking into the camera. It was embarrassing. Yeah, it could be, Then I got hair gunk. Look at it now. That's fantastic. Is that a toupee or is that real? Oh, it's real. It's hair gunk. Get yours today. Click down here. Could do that. We could do that. We could turn this into that. We don't need to be about education. Screw that. This is America. We're capitalists. We're going to start selling shit. We're going to start selling t-shirts, buttons. You don't know what this is, do you, people? You don't know about the button.
You can make money with ChatGPT.
Huh? It's going to be nuts. It's going to be nuts. It's going to be like Walmart in here. We're going to have fishing equipment, boxes of crackers. You can get everything. It'll be fantastic. All right. I'm saying it got angry without me programming it. That's very strange, Robert Rossi. Maybe they're experimenting. Or, again, back to all of these tools. All of these tools, janky pieces of shit right now. Not because the engineers behind them are bad programmers, just because it's early. We're really early. ChatGPT opened a floodgate where companies all over the land, all over the world, are saying, oh my God, we gotta catch up. And so they're all just throwing shit out into the public that probably hasn't been tested. They're like, I need this launched yesterday. But we said it was gonna take 6 months. I don't care. It hasn't been tested. Launch it. And I'm pretty sure that's how senior management all talks. I'm kind of mesmerized by your shirt. What if I do this? I'll just do like him on a boat. Hi, Kyle Shannon on a boat. I'll investigate it more. Yeah, if you find out anything, Robert, I'd be curious to know. Yeah, that's very strange. It's very strange. Unless you inadvertently, like, if you were in their playground and you sort of picked angry, but if you didn't do that, and if it was an API call, maybe there was just some weird glitch where your thing got tagged inadvertently, or they had a setting. They changed their default to pissed off. They changed their default to AI Learning Lab. And another thing, Johnson. Get your dick off my desk. Oh, Claude, thank you, Robert, for summarizing earnings call transcript. Very good. Can query the transcript, too. Thank you, Kavruno. I think his here. Wait, if we know what we mean. I think his here. I don't quite know what that means, Togas. Kyle, I'm so sorry, but I can't handle the shirt. It's breaking my brain. Good night. Bye, Jen. Sorry. You win some, you lose some with the fashion choices. You know what I'm saying? Some people enjoy the shirt. Other people are having seizures. It's gonna happen. All right. Which good cartoon animation program do you recommend that is similar to Doodly? I don't know Doodly. Let me go look at it. Doodly. So when it comes to these super tactical tools, I tend to be fairly clueless about them. Oh, I see. This kind of stuff. I don't know. My recommendation would be to go to... Not there. Go to... there, futurepedia.io, and look up animation and look up video animation, cartoon. I would be surprised if there weren't some tools that are specifically coded to do that. How I would think about it right now is I would say, okay, I can go to Midjourney. I can get it into a style that I want, and then generate little cartoon dudes, and then maybe take that to Runway, to Runway ML with Gen 2, where you can upload an image and turn an image into a video. So I might do it like that. But I would imagine that there are people who have done that, and probably some of the companies like Doodly are figuring out how to AI power what they used to do. So I would just pay attention to all those companies and see who's talking about AI or has made announcements, and just pay attention to those. But I just don't know. It's a really specific thing. But to be clear, like, probably within a year, you're going to be able to do a fully animated Doodly kind of thing with voice-over and the text written and the animation and the background music. It'll just fucking make it. So without you having to, like, you know, do all the bullshit you have to do now with all these storytelling programs. He, her, it, then unirregular. Ideogram, yes. Ideogram.ai is the thing that made that. I'm not weird. I'm a regular. I can go change my shirt. If this shirt is bugging people, I can go change it. I'm happy to do that. Oh, Ideogram has raised $22 million so far, including Andreessen, based in Toronto. Interesting. There you go. Yeah, that sounds about right. Like, that's a really solid. It's probably a Series A. It might even be a seed round in this insanity around AI, and it's good, right? So, yeah, they're gonna do some good things. Their next raise, because they cracked this first. People have been asking about this for a year and a half. Why can't it do text? Why the hands look like shit? What's wrong with their feet? Why can't it do text? Can it do text? How do you make a sign? How do you do text? It's like, it's a lot of what I hear in this channel is, how do you make text? And they cracked it. The fact that they cracked it before the majors is staggering to me. So I have a feeling their next round is going to be significantly north of $22 million, and their valuation is going to be singing. What's also interesting about these guys, what might hold their valuation down, is what they trained their image model on. It's a crappy enough image model that they might have done what Adobe did with Firefly, where they trained it on public domain and, you know, images that they had the rights to. That's why Firefly is not as good as Midjourney or Stable Diffusion, but it's not as problematic because it wasn't trained on copywritten data. So depending on their approach to copyright, that's going to be the Achilles heels of these video and image generating tools, is what they were trained on. As the lawyers get their shit together. And the lawyers, I'll tell you what, intellectual property lawyers right now, they're like doing conga lines. Hey, Marge, yeah. Would you bring me in that yacht catalog again? Yeah. I'm an IP attorney. Oh, you want to sue everyone? Awesome. Let me write that up for you. Oh, you want to countersue the other people? Awesome. Let's do that too. Now, come to think of it, I need to fly a lot. Could you bring in the jet catalog too? Yeah, that's IP attorneys right now. Next 20 years is just going to be like ka-ching, ka-ching, just gold coins falling from the ceiling of law firms. Oh my God. Oh, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be so crazy. You don't even know how crazy it's going to be. I mean, nuts. Nuts. Thank you for that update on Ideogram and what they raised. That feels like, yeah, that feels right. That feels right. Harvard releases guidelines for AI use in classrooms. Thank fucking God. Did they? That's awesome. They also, was it Harvard? Their comp sci class, that one, the like the comp sci 101 class, I think it was Harvard, or their programming class, but the teacher's assistant was going to be a chatbot, like a ChatGPT chatbot. So you'd have 24/7 access, and it would check your work and stuff like that. Harvard AI guidelines. Released its initial guidelines. Let's Generative artificial intelligence. Welcome to Harvard. Yes, my name is Winchester McKinsey III. At Harvard, as you know, welcome. I knew your grandfather well. As you know, at Harvard, we take the institution quite seriously. Generative AI is clearly a tool of the future, and we would like you. All right, so let's see what we got. Generative AI is a type of artificial intelligence that can learn and mimic large amounts of data. Learn from and mimic large amounts of data to create content such as text, images, music, videos, code, and more based on inputs or prompts. The university supports responsible experimentation with generative AI tools. Fucking yes. Yes. You don't have to love them. You don't have to do everything with them. Responsible experimentation. That's the stage we're all in right now. Every university should take the lead here. What's interesting is Boston was the first city that had generative AI guidelines. And I know that Harvard's not the first to do this, but Harvard doing this is a big fucking deal. When did they do this? Do we have a date? July 18th. So this has been out for a bit. Protect confidential data. Yes. Review content before publication. It lies. Make sure that it doesn't lie before you make stuff public or turn it in. Adhere to existing academic policy. Good. Don't cheat. Be alert for phishing. Yeah. Oh, generative AI has made it easier for malicious actors to create sophisticated phishing emails and deepfakes. So you're going to get phished. News and tools. Here's tools. OpenAI API access, available now through the Harvard University IT department. AI sandbox pilot coming soon, Friday, August 11th. So this is like a living document where they're updating this. This is great. This is fucking great. It's great. Awesome. Awesome. Awesome, 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 awesome. Listen, I would have gone to Harvard. I would have done it. You know, if I was accepted or applied. You know what I'm saying. Penn State was the university for me, right? Because I lived in Pennsylvania. Go Nittany Lions! Yay! All right, moving on. An AI quadcopter has beaten human champions at drone racing. No shit, really? Those human... You watch those drone races? Like, I can't fathom that humans have reactions that are that fast. Like, it's astounding to me what those drone racers do. It makes sense that an AI could get good at that, but holy crap, that's crazy. That's crazy. I wonder if it beat them on a course that it knew a lot. Like, I wonder how fast it can learn a course. Like, if you take a professional drone racer and an AI, I wonder who learns it faster. Because, like, I know once you train an AI on a course, I bet it just does it fucking brilliantly every time. Wow, that's crazy. That's nuts. That's very cool. Gannett has... Oh. I was reading a comment, TikTok. Why do you do this to me? Sheba, thanks for the gummies. I like the gummies. The gummies is tasty. I like to taste the gummies. I like to taste the gummies. They got the good, the tasty fruit. I like the fruit gummies. The turkey gravy gummy, not so much. I don't like the turkey gravy gummy. Some people made the turkey gravy gummy, and they said, "Hey, would you like? I know you like gummies. Would you like a turkey gravy gummy?" And I thought, "Oh, that could be tasty." And then I tasted it, and I was like, "No, this is wrong. I like the fruity gummy. I like the fruity gummy." So, thank you, Shiver. All right, where the fuck was I? Gannett. Gannett to pause AI experiment after botched high school sports articles by Claire Duffy, CNN. Doesn't surprise me. That gets back to Harvard's rule number 2: verify your work before you publish it. Yeah, so there's going to be a just a fucking parade of media articles of senior management going, AI writes articles, fire all the reporters. This is awesome. Oh, what do you mean it lied? Oh, we're going to be sued for libel? Don't use AI anymore. That's just going to continue. And that's just, frankly, like, I have no sympathy for them. Like, part of the mission of this channel is I want people, individuals and businesses, to experiment with these tools enough to understand A, what they do, B, how they do it, C, what they're good at, and D, what they're not good at. And then don't be an idiot. Have strategy. Lead with strategy. What's that thinky thing we do? Oh, right, critical thinking. Like, actually think about these things and how you use them. And if you understand what they're good at and what they're not good at, then you can put processes in place that say, sure, have these machines write a bunch of first draft articles, and then let's beef up our editors to, like, make sure this stuff's actually good and factual and solid. That's a process problem, not a technology problem. That was someone going, AI is fantastic. Launch it. We're going to make a fortune. That level of the ability to just have machines do shit like that is coming. It's just not there now. So everything's an experiment right now and should be treated as such. Everything. Even the point, what Robert was saying about 11 Labs just all of a sudden got angry. One of the amazing things about being alive right now is we've got all these systems where you've got API calls to all these different systems, right? So as a developer, it's really easy for you to go, oh, I can put together a remarkable tool. Well, if a month from now, after you've built your remarkable tool, the service on the other end of that API, if they change something, so like the default is angry, or they change the default from don't cuss to cuss, and you're not paying attention to it, you're going to be in trouble, right? So that's the downside of all this cuss, and you're not paying attention to it, you're going to be in trouble, right? So that's the downside of all this, API accessible services is when they just, change shit. So got to be careful with this stuff. Forgot to use your button. I don't know what button are you referring to. Oh, you mean this button?
You can make money with ChatGPT.
Huh? Would you like to make money with ChatGPT? You can do it. You can do money with the ChatGPT. ChatGPT is, how do we say? ChatGPT is money in the gold. Ah, yes, like the make it rain, make it rain, make it rain. ChatGPT, gold mine, you gold miner, and you can
make money with ChatGPT.
Yeah. Visual artists fight back against AI companies for repurposing their work. They do. Thank you very much, Winston, for making it rain. I like the rain. Yeah. Artists are pushing back against it, and it's not going away. It's you know what's weird right now is, like, I feel like the framing of this conversation is big corporations are assholes and are going to steal everything, which, I understand the default, right? A lot of those big corporations are going to have their business models upended too. Right? So just as the artist's work may be repurposed, the 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 ability for anyone to easily make world-class content without needing Sony Entertainment to be the sponsoring entity is going to fuck up Sony Entertainment too. Like, this isn't just fucking up the actors and the artists and the writers and the voiceover people and the CGI people and the effects people. It's going to fuck up business models. Like, business models. Right? So Spotify, like, here's a good example. Spotify, when the Drake and Weeknd song came out and it got all those views, they yanked the song, right? So it's a fan-generated piece of work. They synthesized Drake and the Weeknd, gets all these views on Spotify. Spotify pulls it down. And so, because Spotify has to not piss off all the artists because they want the artists' work on their platform, they're going to have to reject AI-generated shit. Well, what does that do? It creates a giant fucking vacuum where some snot-nosed little kid or some pissed-off Gen Xer like me is going to go, hey, what if we had a Spotify that was nothing but AI-generated synthesized songs? And it's not going to be Sony doing it, and it's not going to be Spotify doing it. It's going to be a couple of kids in a college dorm room that are like, oh, that's fucking cool. And they'll start out with all the Grimes stuff, because Grimes said, do anything you want with my likeness, just give me 50% of it. So they'll cut a deal with her, and she'll be the front and center star, and then there'll be all these other ones, and then they'll just have, like, the dark corner. And in the dark corner, you can listen to the shit you're not supposed to because Sony Music doesn't like it and Spotify won't play it. And guess what? That service will obliterate Spotify at some point. And it'll fuck up Sony Music. So even though the artists right now are pissed off and they're like, you're assholes for using AI, everyone's going to use AI. The companies, the individuals, the artists, the upstarts. So, yeah. Your button is far higher. I know. I gotta re-record it. I gotta figure out exactly what I want to do with the recording, and then I'll get it dialed in. I'll get it there. I think so. It has to be context-based. It freaks me out. API. Oh, okay. Robert Rossi. Okay, so Robert Rossi, with the 11 Labs voice thing, he called via the API, and what came back was it was pissed off. It talked angry. It was angry talk. Ooh, 11 Labs. You talk so angry. Little spit grit. Whole lot of duct tape. Yeah, exactly. I like totals. I like totals too. I was just talking to Pi about the irregulars. She loves that we exist. I'm not weird. I'm irregular. I like totals. Oh, mine too. We are King Kyle's army. I am no king. Life's hard. It's harder if you're stupid. Yeah, I am not a king. I am new king. I am new king. Ooh, look how young I look when I put tape over the lens. Ooh, stuck. Sorry, ADD moment. Tape's fun. Hair giving off Morty Seinfeld vibes. It really is. Good Lord, it's just I just can't. I just can't be bothered. My electrical system on my car lost its fucking mind. Maybe ChatGPT did it. ChatGPT expands custom instructions for free users. Yep, they did that a while ago. If you don't know what custom instructions are, let me go show you that. That's worth taking a quick look at. So when you use ChatGPT, you just tell it shit like, let's see, like, what happened there? Oh, I clicked on one of their suggested things. Let me do a new chat. So if I go to ChatGPT and go, write me, me a tweet about irregularity. All right. Why did it not go? Come on. Go. All right. Embracing life's irregularity. Sometimes the most beautiful patterns emerge when we let go of perfection and let the unique twists and turns create our story. Okay. The fact that it didn't immediately go to a poop joke is very disappointing, but fine. It took irregularity in context and it did something appropriate. Fine, I'll take that. But with custom instructions, so you go to your settings, and there's this thing called custom instructions. And so you can tell it the kind of person you want it to be. So I want you to be, in my case, I wrote here, you're a master gardener who specializes in giving gardening advice. And then how would you like ChatGPT to respond? When anyone asks you about gardening, before you answer them, ask two clarifying questions so you really understand their goals. Then provide them with a short answer. I'm going to say after they answer, wait, I got to turn this on. Wait, enable for new chats. After they answer, provide them with a short answer and a bulleted list of next steps. So I'm going to turn this on. I'm going to say new chat. I'm going to say, I want to make a cucumber garden. Cucumber garden in Denver. Absolutely, I'd be happy to help you create a successful cucumber garden in Denver. Could you please clarify a bit about your goals? We told it to ask a question and then ask two specific questions. Do you have a specific area in mind for the garden? Are you looking to grow cucumbers for personal use or on a larger scale? Let's just say, in my yard and personal. Great. And so now it gave me the answer. Thanks for the clarification. Here's your concise guide to getting started with a cucumber garden in Denver. And there's my little bulleted list. Choose a sunny spot. Well-draining soil. Plant the cucumber seeds or seedlings. Provide a trellis. Let's say, it's August. Is it still okay to plant seeds? Just a couple more questions. What's the average temperature range in your area during August? Are you planning to grow cucumbers from seeds or seedlings? I kind of screwed that up. But you see, it's now behaving as we want it to behave. So custom instructions let you fine-tune ChatGPT to do stuff that you like. How else could you use it? You could do things like, you could say, I want you to be my assistant and write emails for me when I ask you to. And here's an example email and how I write, and I want you to follow the tone and structure of that email. And it will just do that every time you use it. So that's cute. Isn't that cute? That's pretty cute. So that's available to everyone. That's in GPT 3.5 for free. And OpenAI deploys web crawler in preparation for GPT-5. Yes, correct. Thelonious bringing the news tonight. Thank you for this. This is awesome. They launched a web crawler to go train ChatGPT-5 so they could get more of the internet. And a lot of the big media companies are like, oh, we can just disable the web crawler and fuck them until they pay us hundreds of millions of dollars. And that's what all of them are doing right now. And Google is taking their giant piles of cash that they've been compiling for a bunch of decades, and they're cutting really good deals with all the media companies. And I bet they're going to do their best to cut out OpenAI from the good data. and then OpenAI gonna struggle. It gonna be very saucy. It's gonna be very saucy. They're gonna leg wrestle. You think Elon Musk and Mr. Zuckerberg? You think that fight's gonna be a good one? Ho. Google and OpenAI. That's gonna be a tussle. That's gonna be a tussle. SEC turns its gaze from crypto to AI. Interesting. Latest AI news, and that's the way it was. I actually met Walter Cronkite. I was selling yo-yos at FAO Schwartz. It was my first job in New York City, selling yo-yos at FAO Schwartz. And I remember Walter Cronkite came up the stairs with his son, and I did a trick, and Walter Cronkite said, "Whoop, walking a dog." I got good stories. That's a good one. Love humor. Thank you. I love humor too. Pleasure. Kaiviv. How was the most recent meetup? It was quite good. We had thank you for the beaver. I do rather enjoy a beaver. That one was lovely. That was a lovely little fuzzy beaver. And beavers, wonderful, wonderful little creatures. The AI salon was really good. We had 5 different people share their projects. Sander, who we met here, presented his new sort of AI's tool directory kind of thing from the Netherlands at like 2 a.m. for him. So that was pretty cool. Bondo for hairdos. I need Bondo. My son designed a bot that allowed him to clock into school while he slept in. Solid. I like the initiative. I like it. And like, what's wrong with that? He's learning how to do that. He's learning how to use the tools. How do you get your page to look like HD? I'm using an iPhone 14, maybe? I don't know. It could just be that, this is so glorious, it enhances the pixels. No? Okay. All right, fine. The Kyle Irregular Island Captain. That'll take. I'll be your tour guide. I'm your regular tour guide. What did GPT say? About what? What was the thing? I don't know what the answer to that question was. Is there a spot for us on Discord? Just posted in the salon. We need an irregular channel. That's a good point. I'll make an irregular channel. I was also thinking. I think what I might do is create an irregular role, and then only the irregulars can have access to that channel. I think that would be good. So, yeah, I was thinking about that the other day. So, I think I will do that. That's a very good idea, JRC. Now, here's the deal. Here's what I don't quite know in that little scenario. Like, I don't really care if someone says they're an irregular and they don't really watch my lives. But how do we let people... Like, I don't know how to know who that joined Discord is the person that's in here, because sometimes the names don't match. So that I need to figure out. What was picture to video site? The picture to video site is Runway ML. I'll go show you how to do that because it's super fucking cool. So we're gonna go Runway. Log in with Google because I want them to have all of my data. All of it. You can see everything I do, Google. I like how you hug me. You go text to video, and then within text to video, you have an image upload. And so, like, here's a whole bunch of images from my camera roll, I guess. Yeah. So there's a bunch of photography I did. Why can I not scroll the page up? Can I? That's weird. Maybe do a command minus. This is strange. It's strange. But I'll get a cool, let me get a cool cloud image. Here's a good one. All right, so there's the little image we're going to turn into a video. Oh, cool. So they've added some new things. So this is motion, so I can increase or decrease the motion. That's really good because one of the frustrations with image to video is sometimes you wanted it to move a lot of things a lot and it wouldn't move them barely at all. So let's say we want this to move a lot. And then there's another setting here. Oh, you can use a seed, so you can use an image over and over again. You can interpolate and frame out, smooth out your frames. You can upscale it automatically. You can remove a watermark. Okay. All right. So let's generate it. I can't. Why can't I generate it? Need help with prompting? 205 seconds left. Do I need to write something? Oh, I do. Breezy sky. Okay, so now we're going to turn that image into a breezy sky with an 8 out of 10 motion setting. And we'll see how it does. 9 seconds. Oh, this is slower than it used to be. But, what do you want? It's turning a picture into full-on video. Shut up, you whiny baby. I want it now. I want it now. I can't believe that it takes me 3 seconds to make fully functional video. This is annoying. We're at 44%. It's going to be so good. Do I have anything here where you can see what I did before? I could come back to this, but I'll just deal. Oh my God, what am I going to do with my car tomorrow? Oh, it's annoying. I think I might just pull out. I know which relay I think is bad. I think I might just pull out the relay and go to the automotive store and see how much that relay is. Oh, come on. This is actually much slower than it was. But my hope is that what it's going to generate is much better than it was. Because it used to be a little soft and weird. Oh, I think I had upscaling turned on, so it's probably upscaling as it's generating this. All right, we're at 80%. It's going to be good. It's going to be okay. I'm going to be okay. So micro, runway ML. This is the one. I know there's some others out there. Okay, here we go. All right, you ready? Okay, that was weird. That was nice. That was not. Nice. Not. Like, I don't know why it made that cut. But it's still kind of cool. It's just not what I wanted. Help us improve the result. I'm going to give that a 2. Render quality didn't match prompt. Lack of movement, composition, human autonomy didn't match preview. Not that. Why can't I give you my... What? I don't... None of your things match my feedback. Didn't match prompt. All right. Anyway, that's it. Go play with that. Similar to all these tools, you can get some really good stuff. You can get some really crappy stuff. Like that started out really nice, and then it just did that jump cut to something completely different. So, I don't know. That was weird. All right. I like the Ailogram shirt. Thank you very much. What app is that? I don't know what I was using, but it was probably Ideogram. Ideogram makes very scary, Chucky-looking kids, though, I found. Yeah, because it's not a very sophisticated image, the image generation part of this is not super sophisticated. It does some really weird stuff sometimes. Like, I had a guy walking in front of, like, a really cool wall with graffiti letters on it. The letters were perfect, but the dude walking, like, his face was all mangled, and his feet were weird, and Yeah, it's a little weird like that. I'm not on Slack. Oh, did I say Slack? No, I meant Discord. JRC. I'm talking Discord. For the AI salon, we have a Discord, not a Slack. They're kind of the same thing, so I get them mixed up. Um, they're super general. Harvard releases guidance for AI. Yep, we talked about that. I'll DM here. Yeah, just DM here, but we can do Discord. I need to get on it anyway. Yeah, Cabruno. I'll make an AI Learning Lab channel in the Discord, and then I'll make a role there, and you can only get in the channel if you got the role, and you can only get the role if you ask your tour guide. Am I late to the party? Hey everybody, Share Bear. Well, that was a while ago. You've been here for a while, so I'm going to jump to the bottom. I'm 95 questions behind, so if I haven't been answering your question, that's because I'm behind. All right, it's 9:59. I can't stay too late because I got to deal with my car shit in the morning. So I get up early and get that shit going. All right. I think people want to know that their art had a human involved. I don't think people will care. Well, it depends on how you define art. I think that authentic human engagement, the value of that's going to go up dramatically. So I think there's a lot of stuff that human involvement is going to be critical, really important. Value goes up. If I need to make a shirt like this, I don't give two shits that a human wasn't involved. If I need to crank out a bunch of just images that are going to go on throwaway social media anyway, I don't really care, right? So I think it's very context specific, right? If you want to do art, if you want to do cinema's still going to be artisans and craftsmen and things like that. But if I need to knock out a crappy video for some corporate commercial thing, does that need to be that handcrafted? It probably doesn't. So where those boundaries are, that's all going to be personal choice shit. There's going to be a massive backlash to this generative AI stuff, where people are going to go full analog. They're going to go fuck computers, fuck this nonsense. I'm going full analog. We're making films with hand-cranked film cameras. We're going to put it in the chemicals, and we're going to show movies on sheets hung on the side of buildings in local cities. And those things, I bet those things are going to take off in popularity. And then there's going to be all sorts of super automated shit that might be soulless, might be brilliant, who knows. I think people want to be engaged and entertained and have an appropriate experience when they need it. If all I need is to get some information about something at the right time and I get it, I don't care if a human made that or if the machine made that. But if I want to have a human experience, then that's more important than ever, right? So it's a spectrum. It's one of the dangers right now that everyone's going to the binary place. Like, we live in a binary society right now. You know, I'm red, you're blue, you're evil, you're evil. Man. And now it's like, AI good, AI evil. Man. No. AI gray. Lots of grays. Shades of gray. Many. In some context, AI brilliant. In some context, AI evil. In some context, humans really important. In other contexts, humans not so important. And if this can do the shitty work, great. Let's free us up to do the more important work and reconnect with one another and not be so at odds. What if that? What if AI cleared a path for us not to suck as humans because we weren't overstressed and we weren't overtaxed and we weren't doing soul-crushing repetitive work that doesn't require any of our creative input? That's a possibility. So all that low-level repetitive work, fuck it, let the machine do that. And maybe I'll go start that band I always wanted to start. Fucking far out, great. And it's going to be an acoustic band, and we're going to play in cornfields. Awesome. Great. You know, that dude with the big red beard that just had the fucking massive hit, right? The rich people from or rich people north of Richmond, whatever it was. Not a classically trained singer, not a classically trained musician, doesn't follow the rules of country music. Sang this really roughly recorded song, and it fucking resonated, right? Became a number one hit out of literally nowhere, right? Like, he's blown away by it. What's that about? Super authentic. Value of authenticity, I think it goes up dramatically. But I don't think it's a requirement for art at all. Just different contexts and different definitions of art, right? Creative output, some of it's art, some of it's just, we need an image here. I don't care if a person does it, someone else does it, but it needs to say, I'm not weird, I'm irregular, and it needs to have a turtle in it. Is that something I would have done? No. Well, mine wouldn't have been that good, for one thing. Is that necessarily my style? No. If I spend a bit more time, I could get different styles. I probably will. That was just an experiment. I got that today, and it's kind of fun, and people like it. So there it is. But does it matter? So here's what matters. I prompted it. I dicked around with it long enough to have one that I'm like, yeah, that's kind of fun. Let me share that. And I shared it, and people were like, oh, that should be a t-shirt. Let's do this. All right, cool. It resonated. Awesome. Great. Far out. So the human intervention was the curation. So I was involved. See? I made that. Did I actually paint the pixels? No. Does it matter? I don't think so. Like people asking if I'm qualified. Qualified to be an idiot on TikTok? I think so. Pretty sure I am. Language engineering. Yes, this is language engineering. We are in a new phase where language is the new programming. Anyone can chain some tensors together and call it AI. It's true, they can. And a lot of people are. Am I late? You're a little late, but, you know, I'm still tooling around. You've been here for a while now. But what exactly is the personal use for the cucumber? Whatever do you mean, dear Ted? You use a cucumber for salads. I think it is patently obvious why I would personally use a cucumber. I don't know what you're considering. How can they stop them, though? It's on the web. Well, yeah, so that's in reference to the large language models not being trained on media companies. So OpenAI, part of the bot that they created has an option that you can turn it off. You can turn it off for your domain. So even though New York Times articles likely live in places other than the New York Times, like they're on some library site somewhere and they're in places elsewhere, they're still the copywritten work of the New York Times. So if the New York Times says OpenAI cannot train on New York Times data, then at the point in the future where these large language models can start to do citations, they won't be able to use New York Times citations. Those will be out of the mix, right? So it's not can and will it find something that was in the New York Times? I'm sure it will crawl a bunch of shit where there's all sorts of blurry lines, but it won't be officially in there, and that's the difference, because it is going to be valuable to have a large language model that you can say, I want to write an article about whatever the news topic is, and I want my sources to be trusted news sources from the following list. And if Google can do that and OpenAI can't, more people are going to use Google for that particular task, right? So this starts to become very important. There was in the early days when Edison invented the cylindrical record player, this cylindrical wax record player, and the other dude did the platter. The other dude cut deals with the most famous performers of the day. And Edison was like, this is technically superior, and I'm just going to get, an opera singer, not the opera singer. The opera singer was the one everyone wanted to listen to, so they listened to the flat one more than the cylindrical one, even though technically the cylindrical one was better. I would also argue that the cylindrical one was a pain in the ass form factor, but... a giant platter ain't exactly convenient either. I used to think Walter Cronkite, Sergeant Shorts, and Chef Boyardee were one human. I was confused. That's awesome. Can I be in the irregular channel? Yes, Firefly. Just when you join the Discord over there, so I don't know how we're gonna do this. Maybe just put, so if you go to the AI Salon Discord, just put like aiLL in parentheses in your name, or just make sure you use the same name you use here on TikTok. And if I recognize people, I'll assign you the role. That's why I'm always Vicky. Very nice. I like the image you generated of Elton and Zuckerberg boxing and kissing. I didn't make that one, but that one was awesome. It was hilarious. We need an irregular secret handshake and passcode. We do. All your data belong to Google. It really is. I mean, I think one of the reasons that the rumor of why Gemini is going to be so good is that it was trained on YouTube data. They own all the YouTube data. They got all the videos. So not only do they have internet data, they have all the YouTube data. Plus they have all of our metadata from all the shit we've ever done and everything we've ever searched. So, and everything we've ever clicked on. So, like it is not beyond the realm of possibility that Google's next version of their large language model is going to destroy GPT-4. But it's also very possible it comes out and it's a janky piece of shit, because that's the stage we're in. Woo! All right, let's see. Pirate Irregulars, Irregular Laughs. Arg, matey. Arg. Yeah, Runway ML, it's great. It's great, I tell ya, it's great, I tell ya. Like today's youth will never know the agony of dial-up internet. Indeed. They will not know. They do not appreciate the pain that we've gone through for them. They do not know the pain of listening to this. If you're too young to know what that sound is, fuck you. That was our internet. Our internet had to call up other computers on the internet. And that's what it sounded like. And then the text would like type across the screen so slow that you could watch it. Kind of like ChatGPT is now, right? You type in a thing and you're like, yeah, it's remarkable, but couldn't it be faster? Yeah, it's going to be faster. It's going to be like, poof! Yeah, those were the days. Those were the glory days when the internet was a struggle. You couldn't just click on shit. First world problems. Yeah, I know. We're in the middle of many first world problems right now. Turn down your movement setting on runway. Oh! That's a good idea. I could have thought of that. Duh, everybody knows that. All right, I'm going to go motion. I don't want to fill out the survey. I want to change my Motion setting. All right, I'll put it to 4. 5, 4. All right, 4. We'll say generate. All right, so it's going to do its thing. I'll come back to that. That's a good idea. Thank you, Toast Post. And Toast Post, 8.5 out of 10 on the name. I like it. It's solid. Thanks for walking us through that. Absolutely. Kyle. And Silver Fox. Oh, thank you, Kyle and Silver Fox. You're welcome. Thank you. That was Runway. Yes. Don't mix turtles. My dad worked at Bell Labs. I saw the early dial-ups when they had 2 cups to connect the phone. Exactly. You had the 2 cups and the phone and the exactly. Lunatic Fringe BBS. I was on Echo. Echo in New York was how I got my start on the internet. You've got mail. My likes are stuck on 36K. What the hell? Oh. That's weird. Yeah, I don't... this account is weirdly shadow banned right now. Like I'm... My videos that I've been putting up, they used to get anywhere between 2,000 and 6,000 views, and now they hit like 200 or 300, and they're going really fast. They get to 200 or 300, and then they just stop, and it's like 10 views an hour, just really slowly. So something's going on. I don't know. Maybe it had something to do with the fact that there was a scammer account, and we're in some sort of 7-day shadow ban fucking thing, or they're like, until he gets his hair worked out, we're not going to promote this. This is disturbing to the children. Oh dear, that sound makes me grind my teeth. You've got mail. 56K. Yeah, exactly. Remember getting a 56K when you had a 14.4? You were like, I'm baller, baby. That was cool. I remember when we got our first T1 line at the agency.com offices. That was when we took our internet company from dial-up modems throughout the office to a T1 line, an Ethernet run to every desk. It was like the future. It was like the future in those little wires. You just put them little wires there. It was like a phone wire, but it was magic. Pring! Internet everywhere, always on. You youngsters are like, well, yeah, the internet's always been on. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. You had to call it. Hello, internet. Could you get me some data? Yes, I can. It's going to be boring. Does that work for you? Yeah, could you give me a lot of it? Yes, I will. It'll be confusing and unformatted. Okay. That was the internet. None of this fancy-ass videos and pictures and chats and FaceTime and goggles and AR. No. We had an underlined blue word and you clicked on it and it took you to another page and we liked it. We thought it was remarkable. You kids with your multi and media put together as a single entity. It's just nothing like that. It's trivial what you do now. So easy. You didn't have to work for your knowledge. Yeah. And you are educating everyone in here in different as to what is current in AI. Yes, I am trying to educate everyone. I don't know. Part of it's education, part of it's a little soapbox, part of it's, I think a lot of what I talk about hopefully is common sense, right? What I'm trying not to do is pass judgment on technology, because the technology is just going to do what the technology is going to do. We're the ones that fuck everything up because we're afraid of change and all that sort of stuff. The technology is going to keep marching. So where I try to live is, okay, 5 years from now, if this keeps marching at this pace, what does the world look like? And then the only thing you can think is, holy shit, the world's going to be completely different. We can't imagine it. How do I prepare? Get curious. Go to here. If you haven't gone to ChatGPT, go there right now. Go there right now. And if you don't know what to say to it, go there. Prompts.chat. That'll tell you how to talk to that. You know what I mean? Listen, Jackie, you and I are going to have a word about this internet thing. I like my modem. I like dialing up to the internet. I don't like it always to be on, Jackie. Okay? I think I just had an electrical meltdown. All right, folks. I'm going to do a few more here, and then I'm going to go. Just turned 59, 12 minutes ago. Ted looks at life. Happy birthday, sir. I'll be 59 in May, so congratulations. That's a big, well, it's not a big one. At our age, like, the decades are good at our age. You know, we'll have a party on the decade. So 59, you're getting there. But next year will be the big one. But congratulations, happy birthday. My likes are stuck on 36K, but Share Bear, it's up to 40K, so I don't know if you saw that. Share Bear, lost you? You lost me. My ex-boyfriend did the same. $400 AOL bill in 1 month. My son ran up a $400 AOL bill in 1 month. And we were poor back then. I almost killed him, I bet. Good Lord. Yeah. Oh, right, because it was per minute. You'd get the little CD-ROM with like 5,000 minutes, and then you'd burn through. You didn't realize 5,000 minutes was like 3 sessions, and you're like, oh, I gotta conserve my minutes. Oh, let me just talk to this person. Oh, fuck, it's 4 hours later, just like these lives. Oh my God. All right, everyone. Listen, I had a good time tonight. Nice hanging out with you. Sorry for the hair. It's just at some point I'll get it cut here. And sorry for the shirt for those that made you cross-eyed. What are you going to do? What date in May? May 7th. I still have an OG AOL address. Oh, if you still have an AOL email address, it's kind of cool now. Like, not necessarily, but it's rare, and it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. It's very nostalgic. So I would hang on to that. Could be worth something someday. I'll sell you my AOL account for $5,000. Oh, good Lord. Great stream. Fun. Thank you. Thank you very much, everybody. Hardy went from Bell Labs to the Pentagon. My dad, that is. Oh, nice. CENTCOM designed. Badge of Honor. Peace. See you, dude. See you, Steve-O. Thelonious, thank you. Tobias. Ted, happy birthday. Cavruno, thank you. Share Bear, great shirt. Peace out. I appreciate it. Vertical stripes. Oh, wait. And let's go out on a bang. I'm not weird. I'm irregular. Night, everybody. Thank you for your time.